I know how excited you were coming into this fight. Jim it looked like having some initial success on the feet. Maybe had you hurt a little bit. How was the fight playing out? I mean, were you having any trouble to start with?
He never had me hurt, but I was just kind of, I kept it in the back of my mind that Jim's toughest in the first round. You know, even in the fights where he comes up short, he always has a phenomenal first round, always gets a close sub attempt. You know, I don't think he ever really caught me with a good punch. You know, but once he took my back, I wasn't going to burn much energy trying to get out. I'm going to let him have his and then, you know, play catch up. I always fight better the longer a fight goes, so I knew that, you know, I'll give him his one round of fame, but I knew sooner or later I'd end up catching him.
And you said before the fight how important it is after this to get a ranked opponent. I mean, do you feel like people have been slow to give you the respect that you deserve?
I don't really care if the people give me the respect or not. It's all about these guys. You know what I mean? I won the toughest season of The Ultimate Fighter. I've literally, there's a murder's row of guys from my season that are in the UFC right now, having a lot of success, and you know, here I am. You know, I just beat the 14th ranked guy in the world, and you know, I think I deserve that spot, maybe more. And I just want to fight ranked guys from here on out. I want to fight the best in the world. I want to be the best in the world.
There's a lot of big lightweight fights coming up over the next couple days and weeks. Are there names that you're looking at? Is there fights that, I know you said you want somebody ahead of you, basically?
You know, the only guy that doesn't have a fight right now is Dariush. I don't really particularly have my sights set on him, but I'm just the type of guy that I really pay attention to my division. But I don't care who you are. If you got a number next to your name, I want to fight you.
You know, Mike, you talked about being on The Ultimate Fighter and it, you know, being a very tough season for you. But, you know, do you feel that things are panning out the way you expected them to after? Did you think you would be further along sooner, or is this the timeline you expected?
You know, obviously I've had a couple hiccups. You know, I had the Masvidal fight, which was, you know, that was a good performance, you know, in the light of it being a loss. Had the controversial stoppage against Lozon. Aside from that, I've been pretty dominant. You know, things don't always pan out the way you first envision it. You know, obviously after I won TUF, I was like, sweet, I'm going to win 5 fights, be a champion in no time. And had a couple hiccups, but, you know, here I am. And I can't wait to go on MMA Junkie and look and see the rankings change and see that I'm finally in the top 15. So I'm just happy to be where I'm at now. And I've learned from those losses. And like I keep telling everyone, I'm going to put my best foot forward. And I'm looking to become a champion. I'm going to make my statement in the next year.
Now, I know that you are very loyal to your team, but have you dabbled at all? Have you gotten some looks at some other gyms at all?
There's only one other place I'll go. You know, Sick Jitsu's my home. Rick Little, he's been with me for 8 years. The guy who literally took me from a snot-nosed 20-year-old kid and got me in the UFC, turned me into an Ultimate Fighter champ. I'll never leave his side. But, you know, I've worked with John Whittle in the past with my camp for Francisco Trinaldo when they left for Korea. Unfortunately, I couldn't go to Sam's fight in Korea, so you know, I came back to Syndicate pretty much just to work with John and his team, and I found a good flavor. You know what I mean? I'll always be loyal to Washington. I'll always be loyal to my team, but you know, John's a part of it now, and I feel like I'm finally putting the pieces together, and that's how it's going to be from here on out. When you see me walk in that cage, it's going to be Rick, Sam, and John, and that's how it's going to be.